Guys, I want to give a shout out to whoever this tomato company is. Actually, I ordered it off of Walmart.com, but apparently it's a different company than Walmart.com because, guys, this came in the mail. Excuse me, not the mail. This came by FedEx today, a Sunday. What was in this? 1 pack of tomato seeds. Guys, whoever this company is paid a good amount of money to deliver me 1 pack of seeds on a Sunday. Yep, 1 pack of seeds. But guys, we are getting started with all of the tomato varieties arriving. This is the varieties that we will be growing. In addition to some others, we have Marglobe, we have Celebrity, and a lot of other different varieties that are still coming. So we mostly are going to be growing heirloom tomatoes, open pollinated tomatoes, but we will be having some that are hybrid, like Celebrity, and like this one here, because of the built-in disease resistance and things like that. They'll just be better producers, and I need to can some tomatoes this year. So we will be growing a lot of the Celebrity tomatoes and the San Marzano tomatoes in order to be able to can some. But the rest of these, I just like a variety of tomatoes, so we will have probably about 15 to 20 different varieties of tomatoes, as always. But guys, y'all stay with us.
Breeze that off here.
Where are we headed, Mark?
Get something to eat in Talladega at one of the barbecue places.
Where were we at?
We just left the lake at Cheehaw State Park.
What were we doing?
Was listening to Tim Baker, known as Kumbo in the Bigfoot world. Listened to his presentation on Bigfoot for Cheehaw State Park's Bigfoot weekend. And Tim done a very good presentation. I like that. That's a good way to do that. And
Hold up, Mark. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
Well, yeah, I believe in Bigfoot because I've done seen the things before.
You have?
Yes, I have.
So, are you going to start telling us about them?
I need to. I really do. I really need to start I have told people about them, yeah, but I'd probably need to do a little bit more with it.
So what do you think we start doing a Friday night chat?
That's what I've been thinking about. Not just about Bigfoot, but some other things too. Because I think Bigfoot and then homesteading kind of go together, because besides you hunters, fishermen and trappers and other outdoor people, some of the other people that's dealing with them is the homesteaders. Because typically most homesteaders are kind of living out edges of places, even though they're close to town. Sometimes they live around woods, and these beings, they live in the woods and they're going to come through. So yeah, I think it's a good thing to go for both, you know.
So we'll just do a separate night of Mark and his stories.
Yeah, I can go over the encounters or sightings that I worked years ago when I was doing the real active research. Some of the reports that I took from different people, and then I also can tell you about my encounters and how I come to know they're for real. Of course, the way you know they're for real is when you first see your first one. It is a life-changing event. It makes you question what you've been taught in school and what science says. It starts making you wonder if they know what they're talking about. But that's another story. But yeah, we need to start doing that every Friday night. I may even go back to some of those locations and film somewhere. That way people get to feel for that area, what it looks like and how it feels.
Because you believe. Say it again.
Because I believe when you show people the area that these sightings, it gives them more credibility to me. Because you actually go see some of the landscape, how it's built, and you see why, and I call them boogers. That's the easiest name to call them to me, because a lot of people in the South have been calling them that for a long time. I believe that I have to think sometimes. You want to give credibility to the people who's told you these sightings, and you go look at the areas, and a lot of times that's when you find sign that gives it more credibility, or you'll even go back to that area at night, do some calls. Sometimes you get responses, sometimes you don't. It's just according. Just like the ones on the hunting lease. Years ago, I got good responses from them. Now, don't get too many responses from them. I think they do get used to you, or kind of know who you are, and they kind of know you're not a threat, so they don't pay you as much attention. It's a different world. Very different world. Been on several radio blogs in the past. 2013, I was involved with finding Bigfoot when they come to Alabama. They came to our area, went up on our hunting lease, went down to another friend's property in Coosa County. And then they went to a couple other spots in Alabama, so that was very interesting. Very interesting. And I've had a lot of stuff happen in a short span of time, or for a few years, which was pretty much from 2007 up to about 2012. Still have stuff happen now, but not as what's the word for it? often and not as blunt. I get let's say blunt. Blunt's a good word.
It's not as obvious.
Obvious. There's a good word. I don't know, but anyway, we will start that pretty soon. Maybe hopefully in the next couple of weeks it'll start airing on Friday. Like I said, all of it's not always just going to be about Bigfoot. We'll talk about some other things in there, here and there, to mix it up. But if you're interested in homesteading and mysterious things in the woods, stay tuned. I'll start giving what I know. Not going to say I'm an expert, because I am not an expert in either one, homesteading or Bigfoot. I just have learned some things about it. Learned some stuff from other people, learned some stuff by myself. So y'all stay tuned. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and do comment. Give me and Rebecca some feedback to what y'all like to hear about. Anyway, I hope y'all have a good afternoon, and we'll be back with you later.
And this hollow that they travel up and down a lot is called No Head Hollow. You can look at it on topo maps and find it. And if you follow No Head Hollow out to the southeast, going towards Town Creek, the creek of Town Creek, it goes up over a ridge and drops down what's called Booger Bottom. That's another name that I grew up calling them boogers. But so since, and I've seen topo maps going back all the way since before Alabama was a state, back in the 1820s. Not topo maps, but maps. And it's called Booger Bottom, even way back then. The LBL tile. I've got it here. I can't pick it out.
I sent you, that's it up there.
Wow.
1A.
Oh, okay, yeah.
LBL 1A.
Well, here it is, right here.
That's the one I cleaned up today.
That's not too far. Just go down.
But that white thing legend has been, it goes basically Etowah
Yeah.
up through Winston County.
Unfortunately,
Limestone County and all the way back across through.
we recorded that with the MP. This is one I found up on the bank of the Des Moines River in Iowa, almost within the Iowa city limits. It's an old track. I'm not 100% sure it's not erosion, but if it is an old track, it was a type 1 female, which there are type 1s in that area.
Just south of Gettysburg.
Oh man, that's terrifying.
You told me, I don't say
It looks like a
that.
wolfhead.
And all it did was this kind of stuff happened. All I do is turn my phone on, I poke it in the face. And I get up and I take the camera and I just go click, I put it up. People see it's a man, animal, death. Some of them are pastors.
Solid.
Law enforcement. So
We got all three
military.
of it. I'm taking it with the same person.
You stand up.
Wait, oh, perfect. Okay.
Everybody can see over.
Aren't they like werewolves, except they have the things on their mouth?
Nobody really knows. There might be somebody that knows somewhere off in every house that has one in captivity, but there's not one that.
They're gonna go down.
So
Help me. Stay here.
Hey guys, y'all look here. The regular camera didn't film the work, but look here. Got our first strawberry bed laid out. Yes, we changed to doing it in concrete blocks. We come across an extremely good deal on these concrete blocks, so we're doing them in that. So this is going to be the first bed. Each block is 15.5, so that's going to be 30 inches in the middle. Yes, I can reach across from one side to the other, because on this side over here, we're going to have a fence for the front yard to be fenced in, and it's going to be right up against this row. So I'll have to do all my picking from this side, okay? And I'm still laying block out. I'm still moving all the mulch we moved in, because I didn't think about that. I didn't think about how, you know, I was going to have to move the mulch to put the beds in it. So yeah, we did all that today. Got all these blocks loaded, unloaded, and now we're moving them where they need to be. So there's going to be a second bed though, and this is going to be the second bed, and it's going to be the same width, okay? So essentially where you see the garden hose laying is going to be a walking area, and then it's going to be a row of strawberries, or a bed of strawberries. And then there's going to be this middle here. Now it does have 2 trees in here, but it's going to be okay, you know, for now. Especially these trees are young and they are pretty much growing up instead of branching out or anything. So that's not going to be really a problem walking around them. And I think strawberries are going to be able to take a little bit of, you know, shade that the trees give in the future. And if it doesn't, we'll turn these beds into something else later. But for now, these are going to be our strawberry beds. All right, guys, we're going to come back in and fill these up with compost on top of the wood chips that are there. Going to add some rabbit manure in there as well. And I've already got some strawberries to go in the ground. So there we go. We got work beginning. All right, guys, that's just an update on how that's going.